Don't be afraid of failure. It's going to be a short message, but I have seen, I think, I started studying failure years ago because I was just fascinated with it. But what I've realized is that as I've studied this, is that people are terrified of it. They're terrified of pursuing anything that will lead to failure. And as a consequence, they're missing out on all sorts of amazing things in life because they think that they have to be successful right from the get-go. And, there's this logic that we have. So, one thing with failure is that it's one thing to sort of pursue something and have failure happen to you and you sort of make inferences from it. But we don't operate like that. What we tend to do is be afraid of the actions and the information that will lead to failure. Right? There's a big difference is that before you go into it, you're thinking about what you're going to be successful at and what you're going to fail at, and you're only going to pursue the things that you think you're going to succeed at, meaning that there's a whole chunk of life that could potentially be exciting for you, that there is a lot of opportunity for you to grow where you're just not pursuing, right? Because you think that you're going to fail in it. And I look around and I mean, it explains so much of my life and so many different things. So why, I mean, my risk tolerance kind of, we're talking a little bit about risk here, but your tolerance of pursuing things that may lead to failure um, is an important predictor of what you end up doing in your life. Now, not everything, right? Of course, when you think about something and you have a high chance of failure, your likelihood of failing is high, right? Like your actual likelihood of failure is high. But there's a whole bunch of things, classes of things that you could pursue that you think your chance of failure is really high, but it's actually not, right? And why that is, it's a complicated story, but there's lots of things that you could pursue that you can have fun or love or make a whole boatload of money or whatever, right? Like any of these kind of things that you're just not pursuing because you're terrified of it. And part of it is cultural. Part of it, the reason why we feel like this is we've sort of put success on a pedestal. But another part is that there are some, evolutionary reasons never to pursue these things, right? We don't want to do something that's going to actually harm us in the long run. But that means that there's a whole bunch of things, particularly as technology has changed and as we have changed as a species, as a culture, um, that are no longer, they shouldn't be scary, and yet they actually are. So if you can pursue things that lead to failure, go try it. Go see what happens. You might be surprised.